how I accidentally bought 3 old paintings and made somewhere between $400,000 and $600,000 by freaking accident. Is it a true story?
It is a true story.
And it's an unveiling story.
Yeah.
It is happening as we're going along. That's the fun thing. So first, we're going to talk about this in 4 acts. Number 1, how in the hell did I do this and why did I do this? Number 2, we're going to go actually, these were delivered. We're going to go open up, I'm going to go open up the crate and with the white gloves and look at these fantastic paintings. Then number 3, we're going to go to an art auction in Arizona to see art similar to this, to see how much these things are really, really worth, talk to some experts. And then we're going to get them evaluated for price of how much money I made by accidentally buying these old paintings.
I love that.
You like the twisty of
Yes.
the little mustache?
Uh-huh.
So who in the heck are we?
This is Curtis Matsko.
I am the CEO and founder of Portland Leather Goods. It's a little company where I started hand making some journals in my garage. And then we built it to $1 million and $10 million and $100 million and $200 million. And we're just we're the fastest growing leather bag company in the world.
And I am Jiminy Cricket.
And she is Mariana, and she comes along with me. And if something happens in my life, Mariana's probably part of that. I grew up in a place called Great Falls, Montana. And there was a very famous Western artist from there. His name was Charles Russell. 2 most famous Western artists are Russell and
Remington.
Frederick Remington. But I like Russell because I went to Charles Russell High School. I've had this yearning, this hunkering in my life that I wanted to have a Russell painting. But I've never bought one. Why have I never bought one?
Because they're expensive.
They are very collectible and very expensive. But it's a dream, and we can all dream. So for years, I've been going on like Charles Russell for sale. And there's 3 big Western art auctions. One is in Great Falls, Montana. One is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And one is in Scottsdale. It's the Scottsdale Western Art Auction. How in the hell did we buy these things? First of all, I saw that there were a bunch of them for sale at a Sotheby's auction. That was very weird to me because Sotheby's is where?
New York.
It's in New York. It's not in the West. They don't sell Western art at Sotheby's. They sell Matisse and fancy cars and fancy stuff. I see this and I tell you one day, I think I'm going to bid on a Russell painting.
And the Sotheby's page won't let you in because we're in Mexico.
This is what happens when you're not surrounded by good people. I gave up. Yeah. And you say, hey, dummy.
That auction is today, right?
No, it's going on now. I don't need you. Blah, 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 blah. And you convinced me to call McCoy Merkley. I call him Maverick. He's the chief marketing officer of my company. So we call him up and say, hey, can you register with Sotheby's? And he calls back, and what did he say?
I'm in. I think I have pallet 88.
So we hurry to work, open up my computer, and the fun thing is, the big blue screen. In Western art auction, they go, hey, oh, it's like you're selling cattle. But no, in Sotheby's, they're very serious like this. They said, a painting by Charles Russell. Now, my estimate of this painting is it's worth about $140,000 to $180,000. They start the bid at $60,000. So I say to McCoy, click the button and make sure it works. Now, everybody, I'm talking to you at home. I'm talking to the people watching this video. Have you ever went into an auction online and it was going up and you just wanted to bid even if you knew you weren't going to do it?
Yes.
I mean, I've done that. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll hit it. And then I'm happy and sad when I get beat, right? Because I didn't know if I would. And then it goes like way above that. Like, oh, I never could have done that. But then if it holds on, you're like, oh my gosh, I almost bought it. Did I really want that? So this is just a mind game I'm in. And this Charles Russell painting. But I say, click the button.
Of course, it's going to go for a lot more.
Place bid is 60,000. Okay, placing bid for 60. That's my bid at 60.
And then he says, I think we just won that thing. Then he goes, no. It didn't. It didn't. It wasn't 60,000. It actually came back at like
72, I think?
72,000.
Something like that.
So we didn't win it. Somebody else won it. Here's the important point. They weren't selling Western art in this particular auction. What were they selling?
Furniture.
And this happened to be artwork and furniture from a very famous ranch in Wyoming. The guy dies. His kids say, well, I don't want a ranch. I want the $88 million that I get for the land. Plus, I'm going to sell
whatever I can get for the crap in it.
sell all the crap in it, right? Kid wants to move to California. End table. And they're like, $80, $90, $120,000. You're like, what the hell? A second painting comes up because we missed the first one, right?
Yes, very sad.
And I didn't even want this one. But they said 60,000. And we're like, hey, that sounds great. See if it works. Because we're not even sure if it worked the first time around, right?
Yes.
He clicks it.
Fair warning.
And then the realization comes. We were paying 60,000, but we didn't realize that they take a commission, right?
Uh-huh.
So their commission, whatever it is, adds up to be like 20 or 22%. So it was adding on to that. So we were winning at 60, but we have to pay in the 70s to actually buy it, right? So we realized we've not bought one, we bought two paintings already, but they're not the ones I wanted. The one I wanted was in a book I had as a child, and that's coming up at the end of the auction. What have we realized? No one is bidding. In the, like, you have the blue wall in Sotheby's, and the guy is there. The people he's talking to in person are all there sitting in New York buying this. Like, they're in the, but when you go to the paintings, no one in person was there to buy them.
Nobody knows them.
And no one's online because no Western art lover is actually looking at Sotheby's. Like, we're the only ones. So this painting's coming up, and I'm like, I already got two. I don't think I want a third one. But then it comes up, and it's so pretty. It's the one I wanted. And they say 60, and we don't do anything. And so he goes down to 55. He said 55, and I'm like, of course. I know this sold at auction 4 years ago for $180,000.
Holy. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
And we won this, and we screamed.
Like crazy.
Like, we could not believe that we just won 3 Charles Russell paintings for
the amount.
a couple $100,000 that we know is worth between $500,000 and $700,000. The first thing we did is we had those sent to Portland, Oregon. Why did we send them to Portland?
Sales tax.
Yeah,
And there is a place there.
So they were delivered in this with guys literally with white gloves. People like, go over like, oh, they're very fancy things. They set them down. And my people in Portland, because I'm in Mexico, I didn't even know, when they were being delivered. They opened it up and they said they're very beautiful. I get to fly up to Portland. I'm going to go through and show these. Then I'm going to get the information about these, and we're going to go to the Scottsdale Western Art Auction. We'll talk to a bunch of experts. We'll get some interviews, and we'll get an idea of what these are worth. Big box, 3 paintings. We're in the Portland office in Portland. Ooh, that's a nice one.
There you go.
Aha! I think it was like 6,000 to 8,000 to ship this from New York. Now we just leave this like there, and that fits right in there. Yeah. Whoa, this one is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, you make me so nervous. No. 1894. Signed by C.M. Russell, inscribed with the artist's skull and cross.
So there's some of it, yeah.
That is huge. 1, 2, 3. It's blue. Anything by Russell at that time is very valuable. Except for this one. I think this is the one that was in the book I had when I was a child. Holy crap. About the little picture you see online that you have to bid before you've ever seen them. You have no idea. They can say the size, but you have no clue what they're really going to be like in person. Wow. Scottsdale Western Art Auction. The upstairs will show you some pictures and take a video of it. A lot of they'll probably do 15 to 25 million, somewhere in their overall sales. I picked out 8 paintings that I like. They range from estimated, so what they do is an estimated what they think it's going to sell for. And the really good ones, the crowd gets into it and it goes for way more. And I'm a basic bitch, meaning that I like what everybody else likes. So the one that we chose yesterday was supposed to sell for 30 to 40,000 and it went for 110,000.
So we didn't get it, right?
We didn't even, it went so high so fast, I didn't even put it in bid. I know that we have to show you some Charlie Russell stuff upstairs. There's 3 Russells. Okay. There's a small etching right here that's beautiful. It's estimated to sell at between 135,000 and 150,000. It's very small. You can see how small it is, but it's very perfect. Up here is a beautiful piece. Very similar in size to the ones that I bought, done in 1919, and it's estimated to sell between $300,000 and $500,000. And then there's a little one right here.
That's the one I like.
I know, it's a letter and postcard back to Maynard Dixon, and it's supposed to sell from $20,000 to $30,000. So these are all really nice pieces. I mean, this is really beautiful. It's probably going to go for $375 to $450. This is perfect. It's going to sell for a couple $100,000. But ours being worth $200,000 each is probably pretty realistic. We're going to find out. They auction off in about 3 hours. Luckily enough, we came here to see how much my stuff is worth. And I met the owner of the, turn around, you got to show him, the famous Maxwell Alexander Gallery. I follow them on Instagram. His brother's probably one of the top 3 most famous contemporary Western artists. Is that correct?
Yeah, Logan Maxwell Lajage.
Huge, everything. He's all over this place and he does well. You run the gallery.
I do.
You saw my 3 Russells.
I did.
You know that how much I paid for it.
I do.
Did I get a deal?
Absolutely.
What were you surprised at?
I'm surprised no one bid. I'm surprised that it went through Sotheby's and no one bid. That's what I'm surprised about.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you were there to buy it.
Well, I was in Mexico doing this online, and we messed up. Like, we literally did not know we bought the first 2. We didn't understand the system, right? So I accidentally bought 3.
Is that the first art you've ever bought? Original art?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You scored.
No, so the big one you said is it's not as good of a quality, but it's very rare to have a Russell that big, right?
So when a full sheet Russell is about a 20 by 30 inch piece of paper.
Yes.
So when you find that, we call it a full sheet.
Ah.
The buffalo hunting scene, that's quintessential. That's what most people want. It's hard to tell the color in it, and it's a little smaller, but you know, I think you're right on with your estimate. It's probably 250 to 350, and if you get some,
I think so too.
We got him to say a number.
I know. He promised not to. Did you hear? He was shy, and I asked him one question. He took over. He grabbed the mic now.
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't know what you want.
He's loving
You're
it.
doing great. Okay. And then the small one, the peek around the rock, the Indians hunting.
Is sought after by Russell, depending on what the year is. Do you know the year?
Yeah, 1896.
Okay, that's a great year. So there's a
He
book.
was just turning around, getting better and better.
Yeah. So the most sought after Russells, according to the expert that wrote a book in the last 5 to 10 years, is basically mid 1890s, so like 1910, 1915, something like that. So you're right in there.
I follow you guys all the freaking time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I stalk you guys. No, thank you. We're going to shake hands. We're going to make it seem official. Thanks. I might keep all 3. I might sell one of them, or I could sell them all and
Go on another auction.
and then buy an even bigger and better one. But no, they're already so good. I don't know. See, this is the big point that I want to say. Why was I able to purchase these paintings?
'Cause you're curious.
Number one, you have to be curious. If I didn't look into and be online and be looking at this stuff, I never would have found this opportunity. People are like, oh, how did you luck into that? I would go on in the evening and say, I want to buy Western art. I would look. For years I've done this before this opportunity. So I was curious, okay? I had to have some knowledge. I had to realize what I thought these things were worth. And then I had to be stupid enough in the middle of the auction to say, click the button and buy them.
Bold.
Am I glad that I bought them?
Of course.
Was it scary as all hell?
Yes.
Of course it's scary.
Yes.
But we're in Scottsdale when we go to that auction. We're going to get a paddle, right?
Once at least I get to raise a paddle.
And we're going to have a game. And I think this is important. Guessing again and again. Playing a game of guessing what something's worth again and again gets you very good. Am I good at guessing what something's worth?
Crazy good.
Great. Because I've been playing this game for my whole life. Come up with a number. We think it's a good one. If it's below this, we think we could possibly take that. And then we're going to just gauge what our guesses are. So in the future, we have an idea if something goes outside of the variance, right?
We're going to become art valuators.
You know, we're pretty fancy folks now, right? Enjoy our journey. Bye.